Good day and welcome to the continuing coverage of this year's Men's and Ladies Ontario Provincial Curling Championship, brought to you by Curl On and Title Sports Live. Today we have the men's sixth draw of this 93rd Ontario Provincial Championship. Winner of this event earns the right to represent Ontario at the Tim Hortons Brier in Kingston, Ontario, February 29th through March the 8th. My name is Ian Tetley and I'm joined by my colleague Barb Williamson. Well, Barb, this is the first of three draws this afternoon, and we've got a great feature match for you today, that being Ottawa Curling Club's Steve Allen up against John Willsey from the KW Granite Club in Kitchener. The Allen team will have the yellow stones, the Willsey team will have the blue stones, and by virtue of draw to the button, the hammer goes to Team Willsey.
they both put it in the same spot.
Haven't posted it yet. So. But anyways, we've got three other games on top here, and we've got our updated standings. Barb?
Yeah, really a big moving day, a very important day for teams that want to stay in the hunt for this chance to get to the playoffs on the weekend. Our current standings have John Epping sitting alone on top at 4-0. He's the only undefeated team in the men's group. He's followed closely by Team Howard, who are at 4-1. We have two teams with 3 wins, Team Hall at 3-1 and Team Willsey at 3-2. And Team McDonald is sitting at 2-2, as well as Team Ferris with 2 wins, but he has 3 losses. Rounding out the group, Team Cam and Team Keene, both with 1 win. And Team Allen are still looking for their first victory. So this is one of those games, Ian, where you have a team that hasn't won a game yet playing against a team that has to win to stay in the hunt. What can we expect to see as a result of those dynamics?
Well, I think the Willsey's team, they're a good young team, an up-and-coming team that here on the Ontario scene. And, a guy like Steve Allen's been around for a while, but, he's got a lot of pride to play for. So I think between those two guys, we're going to have a real good game. This sheet has been tricky for some of the guys, but I don't know, at the end of the day, you know what, they both have to play on it, and I expect to see lots of curl, lots of rocks in play, and it's going to be fantastic.
Let's take a minute here and meet the teams. So Team Allen have at lead Kevin Rothwell, throwing second rocks Rick Allen, throwing third Richie Gillen, and at skip Steve Allen from the Ottawa Curling Club.
Still down though, I think you call it down.
And Team Willsey, we've got Evan Lilly at lead, Robert Curry at second, Connor Law is playing third, and John Willsey skipping. And they're from the KW Granite Club in Kitchener. And we're off here. Looks like the Allen team has the hammer in the first end. So Evan Lilly will lead us off. These teams have met 3 times in the last 2 years, with Steve Allen actually having a 2-1 edge on these guys, or on John Willsey.
We'll quickly mention the other games out there this afternoon. Team Howard taking on Team Keene. Howard, of course, wanting to maintain his spot at the top of the standings and keep pace with John Epping. On sheet C, Team McDonald, I believe, in a must-win situation as well at 2-2, playing Team Hall, who also would like to stay in the W column. They're sitting at 3-1, so that's a big game, I believe. And over on sheet D, Team Epping taking on Team Cam. Now that game has some special meaning because we have the Cam brothers facing off against each other.
The Battle of the Cams. It's big news in Cornwall.
It's quite a crowd actually sitting by that sheet, so yeah. I'm sure we'll hear some of their input.
Evan Lilly throwing his first stone under the forefoot, and Steve Allen with Kevin Rothwell not taking any chances, removing that and rolling to the wing. May see him play the delayed corner here.
Well, it's kind of a bonus of the 5-rock rule that you can do that. You can hit the rock in the rings and still get your corner up that can't be removed.
Yep. The ice makers gave the rocks a little rub last night, as I like to say. taking out their sandpaper and giving them a little twist just so they can hopefully maintain the curl throughout the week.
You know, in the ladies' draw this morning, we saw probably the effect of that. That we saw a 5-ender, a 6-ender, some huge scores probably as they're trying to get used to that, the difference.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out. Obviously, this is our first exposure to the ice and the rocks after they have been dusted. So we'll see what happens here.
So it's just another challenge for them, right? So they're just getting used to the ice, and now they're going to have to, get reintroduced to the path of these rocks.
Well, I don't think it shouldn't have a massive effect. It just sort of, they just may have to make sure they've got a positive handle on their release. Otherwise, if they've got a lazy handle, it'll just sort of take off on them.
Just for weight.
Well, Steve Allen throws the corner guard, and Robert Curry here being asked to throw it back onto the forefoot.
Hasn't moved. 13-9. I got big. Easy.
So in your experience,
Slower rock.
after they dust the rocks, does it make them curl more, or does it straighten them out, or what's the effect?
Well, it definitely makes them curl a little bit more. Like just initially, you've got to be really careful because when they do it, sometimes sort of the leading edge sort of is a little bit sharp. So unless you give it a little sort of like what I would call like a positive sort of popping release with your wrist, then otherwise the rock just sort of curls really hard really early, and that way you just sort of take away any of that extra curl.
It's good. It's good.
Rick Allen, brother of Steve, just making the hit and roll.
Norm.
Keeping things very basic here right now, but for the Willsey team, if they hit and roll out, you will see Mr. Allen whip another rock around that corner guard of his.
This is our first look at this path here. This has been the most challenging path on this sheet all week.
Clean. Oh. Oh,
When
clean.
you bring the weight up, it tends to float and run really, really straight.
Hard. Really hard.
And now it's actually curled on them.
Well, it's just, this sheet had been sort of a little bit, I don't know, curled more one way going than the other. And I think they've been sort of trying to build up the other side of it just so it wouldn't curl as much going that one way.
This is the second game for both of these teams on this sheet, so they have a little bit of knowledge, that they're going to try to bring to this game. But if they've been working on the sheet and on the rocks, it's going to be totally different than the last time they played it.
Yeah.
Got room. Play it away. Play it away.
Rick Allen, the 43-year-old ice maker from the Ottawa Curling Club,
Close. Yep.
trying to,
Hard.
I'm sure that's probably a big advantage to their team having a guy like Rick on their team who can talk to them about ice and rocks and probably sees when it's changing. And, sometimes they've got their little weather station halfway down and he can look at the surface temperature and let the guys know what's going on.
And when he looks at it, he knows what it means.
Well, he gets buried in behind there, so.
Bill. Hard.
So Connor Law is now going to try to play the straight back and peel it off.
Yep.
And he does that successfully.
He leaves the corner guard. It's actually even a little bit better corner guard than what was there before. It's out a little further.
Well, for Richie Gillen now, he gets the opportunity here to try to whip it around and get it to full 8 foot, preferably above the tee line. Richie, a 30-year-old farmer from Pakenham, Ontario.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Looks like it's running pretty good right
Really
now. Gonna have
Hard,
to
guys,
go
hard,
hard to get it
hard,
by
hard.
the corner guard.
Hard. Hard. Okay. Jeez. Cranked it. Just cranked it. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Steve letting them know that he softed his release.
That's much kinder than what Steve said. Crank and softed.
Like to go a bit. Mine's okay. A little tight.
Connor Laws, the student
Got a bit of room.
from Algonquin College.
All right. Hasn't really moved. Hey, line's getting better. Switch if you can. Switch if you can.
Can't really go.
Yeah, just go for weight.
15-7. That's should be a little light, but they do get it into full 12-foot.
Sis.
That spot's been pretty consistent. When you try and curl across center line, it's like it has to get to the line and then get over it. And when it gets past the center line, it moves well. But
Yeah. Well, Richie Gillen here going to try to get inside here and get an inside roll if he can.
Whoa. Curl a bit. Real good.
Oh, that's a great shot.
very nice.
Perfect hit and roll there by Richie.
This one here, but yeah, sure.
It's going to force John Willsey to try to play the in-turn run back
Okay, firm.
Good shot.
on the two Allen Stones.
Firm or peel? Peel.
John Willsey, the master's student,
Clean.
finishing his MBA at Waterloo.
Yep. Whoa. Yes.
Sorry, at Laurier in Waterloo.
Yes. Hard.
Looking really good.
Okay.
Well, he's going to leave that nibbling the top 12-foot.
And a staggered guard.
Well, now for Steve Allen,
Right there, sir. No problem.
to me, he doesn't really have to take any chances getting around this corner guard. He would probably just like to have it, biting the top or the back 8-foot, just to make sure those two rocks are fairly staggered.
I think, boys.
Well, and wouldn't want to leave a double here, take away the end on him.
Yeah.
He has a good chance for his deuce here.
Should slide a bit better now. You gotta go for
Steve
line.
Allen,
Okay. Yep, you gotta go.
the 41-year-old supervisor from
All right, boys.
Ottawa, working for Portage Power.
Hard, Rick. Hard.
They got to go hard to get this by.
Hard. Keep going. Hard. Spill it in. Whoa.
Wow, that's an unfortunate miss, and that those guards should not have even been in play.
Yeah, he just should have just taken more ice and just.
Sliding down the inside.
As long as it was in the rings, it was going to have to be played. So.
Well, this is going to give John Wills the opportunity to make the double take out and kill the end for Steve Allen. Give us the opportunity to see this in turn going away in the first end.
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead, Connor. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
No mistake.
Oh, that's a great shot by John Willsey. Great double takeout here in the first end.
Straighter this side. Yeah. But I think we better throw the.
Costo. No style. It was
That
not.
way we don't flash. No style points there.
How can I turn this in just enough?
We mentioned the Battle of the Cams game that's going on Sheet D, and last rock coming up here for Jason Cam, and he's looking at 4 Epping counters.
Bad throw, sorry guys. Clean. Yep. Roll it out.
And he successfully blanks the end here.
0.
So that's a perfect hit and roll out for Steve Allen. We will have a blank end here. And Steve Allen will maintain the hammer as we go into the second end of play.
So quick update, Team Howard scored 1 in the first, leads 1-0. There's a blank between Hall and McDonald, so no score there. And a steal of 1 by Epping over Team Cam, so scores 1-0 there.
Yeah, that's good. I'll get an eye on the draw speed. Yeah.
I thought Steve threw his good enough. On his first one, it wouldn't go that hard.
Evan Lilly will once again start us off here at the beginning of the second end of play.
Weight looked good, though.
Evan, a general practitioner of oncology for Blue Water Health in Sarnia, Ontario.
Yeah, 87.
Hair tighter path. Little tighter
Currently in
path.
his third provincial championship.
It's pretty good for top floor. It's moving nice. 14-8.
Done.
Perfectly placed at the top of the button. And now the team will respond with a corner
Well,
guard.
I thought he originally called for it short of the rings, and I don't know if they changed that to go directly in the house.
Well, if you
Looks like Kevin Rathwell here is going to just throw the corner guard. Kevin, the 30-year-old from Ottawa.
Really hard, guys. Really hard. Really hard. Get it out there. Get it out there. Okay, it's good. Sweep, guys. Shot.
We're still seeing that great curl on the out turn going towards the home end.
Well, they're taking even more ice than yesterday. Yesterday it was kind of like middle of the 12-foot to go to the button.
We're really close
Looks
to
like
being
now
inside.
like they're at the edge of the 12-foot.
We're okay, we're okay.
Okay, know then. It's trying on its own.
White.
That was the perfect broom.
Is it close? Yeah, it's close. We'll push it. Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh yeah,
We
they
can
can
just mark this,
be
right?
difficult to measure with the 6-foot stick because of that other rocks in the way.
Well, you just get an official out
because it's going to be in the way.
to observe it.
Like you just move the rock.
It's not like marking a golf ball though. It's,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too, but we'll check it.
so both clocks are stopped.
It looks.
It's
out to
important
me, but-
because if it's on the
We wanna do it
rings,
this one.
Might
Team
go on
Allen
top
can
of
hit
it.
it.
Oh, okay.
Might be
yeah.
high enough.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We'll see.
They got the newest technology.
Technology, yeah, they're going all out there.
It's fun listening to the guys just talk about
No, it's out. Oh, actually, it's
Uh,
out, I think.
curling. We've been using
I know.
really old
That's what we had,
technology
one of
per
those.
se. It's sort of it's like the old manual equipment.
Where it was touching, but
Oh, yeah, it was actually, it was on the red, yeah.
It's almost
Like
like
just,
using the
but-
abacus as an adding machine.
What is it?
out or in.
So they've deemed that stone is out of or is in the free guard zone, so they cannot remove it from play.
Are they? Okay.
So Kevin Rathwell here will try to freeze on shot stone and then the top of the 4-foot.
Line's close.
And with the placement of that corner guard
good.
by the Allen team's
Where is
corner
it?
guard, they've taken away the in-turn path
Stay
here.
close.
Yeah.
Stay close.
Still there, on its own.
Whoa.
Little bump right now.
Whoa.
Little bump.
Needs to dive. Needs to dive. He's trying. He's trying. He's trying.
It is walking over there pretty good.
Okay, it's good.
Just a smidge too heavy. We'll chap off.
Okay.
We'll
Right,
give
top
John
four.
Willsey and their team the
This rock is a bit
opportunity
slower than the
to
others, so
freeze to the face of that.
what time would Evan or would you be looking for? So like, right, aim for like a.
8, line's okay. A hair tight. A little tight. Where are you? Yes! Oh. Yep. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good looking shot
Evan,
here by
Evan,
Robert
Evan.
Curry.
Evan, hard.
Nice shot.
And he makes the tap back. Just to the back forefoot though. So this,
No handle, go sideways.
I would think that Steve Allen here would play the top Willsey stone, try to double it off, but even possibly roll onto the rings if he can. There might even be a triple there if he hit it correctly.
Yep.
Rick Allen here.
Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa,
Looking
whoa.
really good.
good,
Oh,
that's
I think
fine.
they just overswept
Sorry,
it.
good throw.
Just needed to come up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, like a
You just guard this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey?
It doesn't come till like right
Well,
at
I
the end.
mean, it was close
sure
to
it
red,
matches
but even the red is out.
You know, the guys keep talking about the ice. Like it's funny how the communication sort of works amongst the team. You know, the front ender is always trying to communicate
Ice
to
her.
the
Your
to
line's
the
tight.
back end as to weights and curl, and
Line's tight. Hair tight.
you know,
Screen it
when
for
somebody
now, it's
just
gonna
has
overcurl.
just finished throwing a nice stone, a nice
Really
freeze.
going.
You know, he's trying to relate as to what the feel is. You know, stopwatches give you one thing, but sometimes the feel is a little bit different. Just because sometimes the pebble is so good, it's nice and crisp and hard, and then you feel like you can slide forever.
The other
Hey, wait,
information I
one
like that they
second.
share is if they say I added.
Sorry?
You know, so your
Okay, no, both are
stopwatch
slow.
might not be
They're matched, but they're
captured what I did on release.
Correct.
Another thing I always find really interesting is that they, the person that's in the hack
Normal, clean.
asks for information from the other two. And then when they're the other two, they're giving that same information back. So when you're the thrower, you need that reinforcement.
Rick Allen trying to make the double here. He does get the
Shot.
Willsey stones out of the forefoot and creates some nice angles for himself.
So that Willsey guard just needed to come up a little more.
Pretty good.
It left that opening for Team Allen, and they took advantage.
Could just do that. Yeah, we're second.
So this Thursday afternoon here in Cornwall, this is the biggest crowd we've seen so far.
Just control.
Breaking down the doors to get in.
Easy.
Wait's nice.
Robert,
Control.
sorry,
Yep.
Control. Hair down.
Yep.
Connor
Head
Laws
out.
here
Hard.
trying to make the
Gotta
hit
go.
and roll.
Hard.
Good looking shot coming here. Can they keep it out?
Hard.
Oh,
Just avoids his own at the back, too.
that's a brilliant shot. Well thrown, well swept.
On try board and get
Okay.
under.
Well, if we go under, we can jam here. Try it with board. If you want.
If you like it, if you like it.
Yeah, that's
If you
fine.
like
You want to throw it board? Try and get to here.
I think this is a great call by Steve Allen. You know, he's trying to get Richie to play a little board weight hit and roll. He recognizes that the Willsey Bluestone made jam on the other Willsey Bluestone. He just wants to avoid jamming it on his own and just get position with his shooter.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close, yep. Whoa. Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, whoa. Yes. Yep, yes. Hard. It's good.
That's a great shot.
Rolls behind his corner.
Well, yeah, there may be enough of it exposed
Like the
that
same way.
Connor Laws might be able to make a soft double or just even hit and roll over in front of the other two stones.
It looks like blue is probably shot at the back of the forefoot there.
I would actually think that yellow is.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Clean. Oh. Control. Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Off.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
That's a great shot by Connor Laws.
one-
Makes the nice hit and roll.
Way
He's
kinda
buried shot stone.
It's not bad there, I don't think.
Good news for Team Allen is that
Move it a bit.
it is available on the outturn side.
It's back 8.
Even though it's open on the in-turn side, it's more available on the outturn side.
Yeah. Well, for Richie Gillen here, he's going to have to throw a back line to Hackway. Just try to tap it back and flop in front of the other Willsey stone.
Clean. Clean. Yep.
And or if it curls right up, he might be able to nose that.
Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Really going hard now.
Hard. Hard.
Rathwell and Allen sweeping hard to get it by.
Whoa.
Oh, get it by nicely.
It's great sweeping.
Nice shot.
That is a tremendous
guys.
shot.
Nice sweep.
Threw just the perfect weight for that call.
Can we make the same thing? Yeah, and then he
Two good ones, Richie.
makes
Good shot.
that.
You know, the
Yeah, just like
Allen
we freeze,
team
we're
sitting
not-
here with this record of 0-4
Does
it's
on this
really
one,
not
freeze
an
on this
indication
one,
of how
yeah.
they've
Right
played.
here. They're gonna still be
We
shot
covered one of their
on it.
games, and you know they only had one bad
Nice
end. They,
too. Yeah.
we
get, like, on
Glenn
the
Howard had
corner,
to make a
this one's still
fantastic
on
in off to beat them in the game that
two.
they played him. So
Gotta
they,
be a
you know,
little
they've been in
careful,
every
maybe
game.
Come to there and then
Well, it shows that they can compete. You know, their only challenge is that they're all working individuals, and they probably can't commit the amount of
this
time
one,
that
so he comes
you know
around
to really compete at the
we
upper
move this one, he
echelons
comes and
of
sits
the
right
game.
there, and then
They just
we're
they want to be competitive.
little
They're
bit
here
of
this
trouble.
week to be competitive, and you know if the stars align, that you know maybe they can get into the semifinal and the final. You know they just got to get hot at the right time.
Right?
okay. Yeah, I did. Just back 12. Okay. Back 12.
You know that is probably the biggest change that the Olympics has actually brought to the sport of curling is that
we want to hit like 3/4.
the upper teams, the Eppings, the Jacobs, you know, the Gushus, they're almost full-time curlers now, whereas historically the Al Hackners, the Eddie Wernicks, the Russ Howards,
Hey, a little bit for line,
they had
Ben.
all had full-time
Yeah, go ahead.
jobs, and they
hard
had to
line.
balance sort
Hard
of
line.
work, home,
Hard line.
and going to
Hard
curl.
line.
You know,
Yeah,
curling
okay,
took
on the guard.
priority,
Yep,
I think,
yep,
on
yep,
all
yep,
those
yep,
things,
yep,
but
yep.
but they love to play the game.
So this one does not get by the guard.
Okay.
Just a little down weight, I guess.
Yeah, probably a little softer than he wanted to be.
I don't want to throw any guards here. I think we just either play this. Sit there.
He's got a nice position. He's laying two.
Then you get that jam.
Yeah. Move it a bit. I'd like to cover this so he can't get to there, right? I mean, we could go to there, I guess, but he just goes to there then too.
You're there,
Yeah.
and that's there.
Just move it a bit. Just to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his other option might be to hit and roll off the back blue and roll in front of the other blue. So there might be a double there. But you just don't want him to. You don't want to set up
What do
any
you
type of triple.
Right.
What do you think?
And he doesn't
Just
want to
tap
make
our
John Willsey's
top
shot
one a bit,
easier
roll
here.
Over in front of them a little bit. Okay.
No.
Just, yep.
Well, he's going to try to tap this, and he's going to try to tap it sort of almost back towards
Got my guard. It's not-
the other Willsey stone that's at about 11 o'clock in the back of the rings.
Seven might be curling. Yeah, I know. It's just in order to
Steve Allen,
have a chance at time.
his rock is off here.
Yep.
Really
Line's
set up.
okay.
I mean, it's tough.
Yep.
'Cause it's like it's probably the right line if it's tight.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Hard line. Hard, really curling, guys. Hard. Hard.
Trying to keep this somewhere in close to the 4 foot, so he's third or fourth, third shot.
So he sits 3 now?
Sorry, guys.
Make this double
No,
and
2.
Soft of that.
Well, I think the
Yeah, make the double and
it's
well,
really
it's kinda
close to
awkward
being
for
a
two, I
triple
think, right?
takeout. It
Yeah,
may
that
be
was
available there.
awkward.
Actually, even if he makes the double, and he may roll corner frozen to the stone that Steve Allen just threw.
This will be a little straighter.
And I think that's probably the one we want to play.
Yeah. Same like firm weight.
Not really sure why Steve wanted to be in so deep there.
It's a sliver high.
Like, did he really need to tap that stone? Like,
Well, the rings were narrow. That's why I was suggesting he may want to hit the other one. If he could have frozen to the other one, it probably would have been the best shot. But I don't know how you get there when it's curling this much.
Yeah.
Good there?
Yep.
Third play it off the blue and take them all.
so the double attempt here.
John Willsey, who makes his home in Waterloo,
Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa.
trying to
Yep,
make
yep,
throw
yep,
the.
Yes! Whoa.
Well, he makes the double, and he stays corner frozen. What a shot that is!
Good throw.
And he's look at that. They well swept.
Finished up good.
Look at this. Makes the perfect double. Rollers corner frozen to the Allen stone. And now all Steve Allen has is a draw for a single point.
I was trying to throw better.
Maybe 2 right now.
I think we got it.
That's pretty sexy.
This ice is probably minimum.
This is dry.
Pull if you can.
Line's good.
Pull if you can. Pull.
Full
Line's
four.
good. Line's good. Just play it away. Whoa.
No backing. Close for line.
Yep. Yep.
Should have lots of weight, but this is going sideways. They might get a little tick in here.
Good.
And they
That
get
actually
just
saved
that.
him.
And that's a great shot by Steve Allen to score his single point here in the second end of play. And will take his 1-0 lead into the third end. The Willsey team will have their first opportunity with the hammer.
Okie dokie.
On sheet A, Steve, Glenn
I
Howard
think if
stole
for like for
2
guards,
in the
like, you
second
almost
end
have
and
to
now
really,
leads
set it,
3-0
like,
over
something.
Marquine. Team McDonald picked
yeah,
up their deuce in the second and lead 2-0 over Matt Hall. And John Epping has stolen another one in the second end, and he now leads 2-0 over Jason Cam.
Like they were getting enough movement that they could get under.
Well, that McDonald and Hall game is a huge game for both those teams. If Matt Hall happens to win that game, he sort of stays with the front runners, the Epping and Howard. And for Scott McDonald, he needs to win this game to stay in the hunt because he already has 2 losses. So big key games on here this afternoon.
Oh, did they?
And McDonald and Hall will end up with the same record here
good.
if
Sorry, guys.
if McDonald wins.
Just here.
Oh,
Steve Allen having Kevin Rathwell just draw one into the rings, into the top 12-foot. John Willsey's more than willing to just be patient here and remove it from the center line.
no, Norm,
Easy.
normal.
Clean. Yep.
10.
Yep.
Yep.
Clean.
Normal. Whoa.
Clean. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Right to it.
Okay.
For both John Willsey and Connor Laws, this is their first provincial championship.
This.
Both Robert Curry and Evan Lilly, this is their third. And Kevin Rathwell here, this is also his maiden voyage to the
Now you're
provincial
close.
championship.
Were you trying to throw Norm or control? Then yeah, you were fine for that. He was
Right off.
Got it back up.
Right off.
Okay, I thought it was a bit heavier.
Just a hair full on release there. He manages to hit that out and stay around.
Well, now that that rock is off the center line, I think you're going to see John Willsey here
I think it should be okay.
with Robert Curry's stone. Oh, sorry, still Evan Lilly's second stone. Throw the corner guard up here now.
Your line's good.
I like the weight, I think. 2.5.
Line's good.
2.
It's 2.5.
A bit high right now.
Just go for weight. Line will be okay.
2.5.
Yeah,
2.
go ahead. Keep it moving.
1.5.
You gotta go. You gotta really go. Hard, guys.
Okay.
Team Allen will respond here with a center guard.
It's like this constant sort of back and forth cat and mouse. You know, you do this, I'm going to do that. When he throws a center guard, then you'll probably see John Willsey walk up and hit the Allen
Line's
stone
good.
in the rings and try to roll him behind
Line's good.
either the Allen stone or his own corner guard.
1.7.
Whoa, 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 we're over curling, over curling. Good.
Okay.
Not really, but I'll take it.
Norm?
Okay.
Definitely more curl with the outturn coming towards us than there was yesterday.
Yes. Well, it's interesting that John Willsey here is going to play kind of risk-free. He wants to
Oh, yep.
keep things rather simple
Whoa, 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 whoa,
rather
whoa,
than
whoa.
trying to mix it
Oh,
up.
off.
It's just hanging out a little bit.
That's soft.
Yep.
So Robert Curry will hit and roll out. Rick Allen will try to replace the guard.
Just sliding full on that one.
And he's got a really good balanced delivery. I just love how,
We're out there.
how low he
We're
gets
out
and how
there.
square he is.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good. Shot. Sweep, guys.
Perfect
Okay.
guard there.
Okay.
So now the Willsey team will try to go to work and get one buried behind their own corner guard. Robert Curry,
Through.
the technical lead from Jana Corporation.
Wait only. Lots of line. Lots of line. Lots of line. It's all Evans. Got to move a long way. Yeah, you really got to go.
Go ahead. Hard!
Yep, keep it moving.
Hard! Yes!
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
You know, he's nicely buried behind the corner.
Oh, that went in there nicely.
Anything?
No.
Sure then. Should be able to move it.
what did I throw there? Oh, geez, Louise.
Yeah, just throw a hack.
Well, Steve Allen believes
That's
that
crazy.
Richie Gillen here can
Man, they're
throw a
so
hack
big
weight
back,
and
yeah.
get by the long guard and still remove it from play, possibly even roll his shooter into the 4-foot area.
Clean.
Gonna have to
That's
be
okay.
careful because this is
Yep.
with any type of weight, it may just start to run.
Hard. Hard.
Going hard to get this by.
Hard. Hard.
Hard to get this by.
Whoa, whoa. Roll it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that's good. It's a good shot.
He knows this.
Well, he opened it up and left another corner guard, center guard for the Allen team.
I thought you were going to hold it.
Just got to put it in a good spot or else they double off.
Willsey
Well,
will have to
be
be a
like
little
above
careful
it.
here.
Yeah, well, the challenge is that if he throws the draw, there's going to be, if he draws, throws the intern draw and gets to the
good,
top
then.
4-foot there, then there could be a double off the
I like either
his
one.
other stone
Okay, your
over on the
call's
edge of
ahead.
the
Let's
8
play
foot.
that.
They're gonna have this either way, so
Yeah,
make it.
it's
Okay.
good.
If he noses this other Allen
control.
stone, I think he kind of controls that side of the rings.
Yep.
Yep, 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 yes.
Hard.
Jason
Okay.
Cam just made an amazing shot through a port,
Yeah.
and the crowd responded.
Not much room here, eh? Normal.
Richie Gillen now going to
Whoa. Yep.
try to play the hit and roll.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
It was
Hard.
a really difficult double, but
Okay, it's good. There's no chance.
no, I just
Close to that.
Yeah, just bite the 4. Yeah, full 4 is pretty good.
Sorry, Richie.
Well, for Connor Laws here, he's got the great opportunity to set their deuce up here with a perfect draw to the top 4 foot,
How's line? Good.
trying to navigate around the
Okay,
Allen guards.
We're
Yeah,
okay
go
for
back
weight.
to
Line if you can.
We're
Yep,
okay for
line.
weight. 4, 5.
Yep, for line.
Okay.
Hard line.
Gotta go, love it.
Hard line, you gotta go. Looks light, hard.
Yeah.
You really gotta go, Evan.
15-5, yeah, they're
Hard.
going to have to go to get a
Keep
piece of
moving
the
hard.
rings.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
All right, draw or you want to hit that?
Okay.
great sweeping.
Draw, no?
Well, to get that there, like it's
Good sweep.
good on him.
I like that.
The interesting part is that Steve Allen knows that for him to get position here, he is now going to draw as well. He's going to try to go right in behind not only his 2 center guards, but the Willsey stone in the top 12 foot.
Okay. Yeah,
Which,
it
you know
throws a
what,
lot.
he's looking at it now that, which I don't blame him. You know, he's 0-4. They need to take some chances,
Yep.
and when the opportunity presents itself, you got to take it. So
So.
Yeah,
he's trying to do that right here.
and he is ignoring 2 blue counters, and he doesn't
Line's
have the
good.
hammer, so there is
good.
some
Little
risk
bit, little
here.
bit.
Stay on it, Cap.
Whoa, 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 line's good.
Line's
Whoa.
good.
Well, I think he knows
Whoa,
that
line's
if he
good.
walked
Whoa.
up there and hit the open Willsey stone,
Line's
Whoa.
good.
Whoa.
Needs to slow down.
yeah.
It's really coming down though.
Good to see. Almost came out the other side of those guards.
Yeah.
Shit, we might be able to bump that
Sorry,
out.
guys.
Do you want to play the double peel now and then? Or do you want to try and bump this?
Sorry, Richie.
It's either that or just do this.
Well, they might be showing a little bit
I
of
don't mind
their
this, you wanna play?
I
inexperience
don't know,
here.
If I chip the guard,
I
that's
think,
actually not bad. Especially if I chipped it like right
Pundits
there.
would sort of say
that
that
draw.
the
He's
right
gotta
shot is probably
figure out
throwing
where
that
he's
same
going.
in-turn draw and getting to the top of the button, because at that point Steve Allen will not have much.
3 options.
And he'll sort of
Yeah, I guess.
That's
let's play
good.
it.
I like that.
Yeah, let's play the draw. Yeah, because we can play this later. Yeah, we like that. Yeah. Spike the 4.
well, it's nice to see that they talked it out and figured it out.
I think we gotta be it.
Basically, draw the button. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Jason Cam picking up 2 and tying that game up with
So you
John
got
Epping.
13 on his? Oh, I thought you said 13.
Sliding narrow, eh? Sliding narrow on everything.
Got that back.
So a little slower than draw the button, you think?
They really went.
And Team Keene picking up 2 there to get to within 1 of Team Howard. Score there's 3-2 after 3.
John Willsey here throwing the in-turn draw to the top of the button.
Line's okay. Last one.
Yeah.
Rim's
Yeah.
Line's good.
Line,
Yeah,
line,
line.
line, and weight
Yes.
both look good here.
Line's fine. Yep. Top 4.
Wait only.
Yep, line.
Wait only.
Okay, line's. Yep, line. Line.
Hard
line.
Really got to go for line.
Gotta go. Yep, yeah, little bounce, little bounce, little bounce. Okay.
I just busted in there on them. They thought the weight was great.
I
Well,
wouldn't play this one or the other.
Like,
I had him
hate
at
to put it right over
14-6,
beside it,
so
Kind of like this.
Sorry, John. Lost
I
that one on you.
would suspect that that rock might be a little slow.
Just that little less weight, curled less than his, and I
I
so
don't mind that. And then
that was kind of going off his. And
You know, even though Steve Allen was 14-1, so
Back
only
four,
like a
yeah.
half second difference shouldn't represent
6
4
feet,
feet.
yeah.
No,
Like this, or-
Well, it did rub off their own, so maybe it had another foot.
Need to find weight, eh?
So this is.
Yeah. What,
I'm a little. If I was Steve Allen here, I might sort of walk over and, hit and roll off the
Second shot?
Willsey shot, second shot stone here.
They talked about it. It was their
Well,
first
'cause
call, but
This is a bit of a guess for line
line.
and weight.
Yep. Hard line. Hard
If he can get it in there, it would be remarkable. But this is not going to have line or weight, and he doesn't want to open it up.
goodness.
whoa, it's fine. It's good.
For John
Play off
Willsey
front.
here, it might be worth the gamble
Sorry,
to
guys.
play the double off your own for 3.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
know what I'm gonna-
there's a little run
Either
back there too for 4.
It's kind of flat, but that's there.
Well, I'm not getting them back.
He might not be able to see enough of his
Here?
own.
Yeah. Just not getting them back.
Oh, at the blue. You're not tapping it.
Like, I don't think I can make that.
It's a thick half, but yeah.
Struggling.
If you like it, let's play it. But tap's good for 1. I'm okay taking 1 against them. They're not playing that great, so I think we can probably take advantage of them later.
Do we know? Just trying to think. I think
Nah,
this should
just
run
not
pretty straight. I think this is a good spot.
So we're throwing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just hit about here, and
No, I didn't think the first one I pushed back. So
They're going to just tap their
if
own.
you hit it thick and roll in, like we get 1. So
sorry, boys.
Yeah.
So tapping the stone that they just put there with his first.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I'm just soft
Half is good.
to get them back.
Just hear Steve Allen talking about how he's struggling with his release.
Looks like he is going to throw the double off his own here, try to get 3 points.
Whoa! 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 Yep! Whoa! Whoa! No!
Really close.
Yep! Yep!
Yes!
Yep!
Really
Yep!
close.
Whoa! Whoa!
What a
shot.
great shot by John Willsey. Pick up the 3 big points. We get a chance to re-see that shot here.
right though.
Well thrown, well swept, well judged.
I'm not sure why the Allen team left that rock there, to be honest.
3 blue. You can mark the one though.
I mean,
But that's a heck of a shot by young John Willsey here to get the 3 points and a big jump on Steve
So,
Allen.
yeah, I got caught in his first one because I was judging off of Allen's, and he was a bit heavier, and so it didn't have as much curl. I know. Well, like, yeah.
so Team Allen will have to bounce back here. They have the hammer back. They're only down 2. They have to stay positive, keep grinding.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's a great
I think I like
term
it.
for guys that are,
Line's good.
just to
Stop
show
it,
their
stop it.
resilience.
Line's good. Hasn't moved a lot. It's going now. Stop it. It's going now.
We're okay.
You know, and
back
they-
eight, back 4. I mean.
They kind of fell into the 3-ender though too.
The throw.
What? Oh, yeah.
Steve Allen will get Kevin Rathwell here to throw up the
Easy.
corner guard.
Easy.
Not heavy.
Good throw. Wasn't sure
Hoping
it was gonna be there,
to
huh?
over-
mount
get
his
over curl
offense.
here.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Good job.
And that's well positioned. It's a little wider than what we've seen for a lot of corner guards, but I think that's even better. It sort of opens up that path. You never want to cut off your path to the button too with that in-turn. So you want to make sure that those guards stay out wide, sort of the edge of the 8-foot.
Hey, weight's good.
I think we're there right now.
8. A little more line.
8. Line's good. Or weight's good.
Yeah, weight's really nice.
Line's good.
We have 9
Stop 8.
men's teams here this week,
Yeah,
9
good.
ladies teams here this week.
Yep.
The men
Yeah,
vying
15,
for
you
the
gotta go.
right
Gotta go.
to represent Ontario at
Gotta
the
go.
Tim Hortons Briar in Kingston.
Okay. That plays. Good spot.
The ladies looking for the right to represent Ontario at the Scotties in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
It's okay.
2 other former champions in the ladies' side this week with Julie Hastings,
Clean it.
Holly
Yep.
Duncan,
Hard.
as well as Rachel Holman.
Yeah, keep her going.
Under on the guard.
Keep her going. Hard. Hard. Keep her
Kevin
going.
looks a little
Okay,
light
whoa,
here on
whoa,
his
whoa,
freeze
whoa,
attempt.
whoa. Good.
Good, Kev. Fine.
I think so, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Very quickly, we see,
Yeah, they're pretty slow.
you know, it could be our 5th rock in play here. So if the Willsey team gets this rock in around their own tight center guard, you may have to see the Allen team
It's a hair tight.
do some cleanup.
Stay with
Clean.
it. Stay
Clean.
with it. Line's tight.
Clean.
Yeah, really
Oh,
wanting to get
oh,
something to
oh, oh,
protect that rock that's at the back of the 4-foot.
Oh. Oh.
Actually, look, this
into
one
the
looks like
nose.
it's right to it.
A hair low, actually. Or missing it. Shot.
Try that.
Yeah, Steve's not going to take any chances here right now. You know, if he noses this, he might be able to make the triple even with Rick's shot.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard.
He's
Whoa,
really
whoa,
close.
Whoa. It's fine. It's good. Yeah, I got it right over there, Kev. Right over there. That's good. Shot.
Well done.
Throw a high one now.
Well, this is when it gets a little, it's sort of nervous times for the
Play something
Willsey
like
team,
this.
just because he's up 2 and there are 2 Allen stones tight to the
Or
rings
just make it
that
come around, but
end up being sort of control rocks.
I think they're going to try and make this double peel,
oh,
starting with the corner.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
whoa, whoa.
Sorry, guys.
That's a pretty good result. Sort of cleaned up the guards, and even though he tapped them into the rings, perfectly guarded his stone
Play it out.
as
You want to
well.
go here?
It's kind of where you put your hand up, and that's a little bit of a let court shot.
Yeah.
It's a little lucky, but
I mean, if we can hit and roll in front of that, it'd be pretty good, but
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a bad call, hitting that, taking off the center and rolling for another corner. Yep. They've elected to draw down to the one at the back of the button.
Rick Allen with his
yep.
second stone of the end,
Room. Room.
looking to lock it on right on the button.
Room. Yep. 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 Hard. Pretty good. Hard.
Gonna have to
Hard,
go
guys.
hard to get it by and keep the line.
Hard. Whoa. 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 Okay, that's good. Shot.
He gets shot stone there.
Button.
And a good angle, so that if they ever tried to play it from the intern side, it would be a possibility of jamming on that back blue. Willsey not ready for that yet, though. They're going to throw another freeze into this pocket.
Okay, well,
We can wait. We can wait a bit.
Hold on. Line's fine. Clean, yep, yep.
Connor
Good for
Laws
line, yep.
with his outturn
Yep.
freeze
Where are
attempt.
ya?
Wait, still good.
Where are ya?
It's good.
Clean, clean.
Looking good, looking
yep.
good. They're
Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean, clean, yep,
don't want
yep,
to bounce
yep,
off.
Yep. Oh,
Nice shot.
Very good.
beauty.
That's a peach of a shot. Well, the Willsey team keeps responding here to whatever the Allen team can throw at them.
Another run back coming here.
Well, if he can run this back and sort of catch the left side of the rock at the top, he may jam it on his own, but at least he'll spill it open and still keep his other two stones in the rings.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yep. Okay.
Oh, just missed the sweep marginally on that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I guess that makes that easier, but this one probably.
I don't really like that.
Just lob another one in there.
I think this is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if he
Somewhere wait.
just taps his own back a smidge and
Is there,
stays on the nose, I think it'd be a really good shot.
is there a double on the intern side here?
I don't think so, because I think it's a little too deep. That one's up too high. I know that's the only thing you got to be careful of here. Is that's why he's almost better to be slightly
tight.
across the face here.
Hey, let's wait.
Yeah, go then.
John
you gotta go
Epping drawing for a single point in the fourth end to
Here, bye, whoa, wait,
maintain
whoa,
a slight 3-2 lead over Jason Cam.
Okay.
Now the double's there.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
you're right, Barb. I'm actually, by going up a little higher.
Maybe we gotta throw this, eh?
I was thinking the same shot. I guess not.
Shoot. He makes
How
double.
much, Steve?
It's really thin.
It's not worth the same, eh?
Eh?
It's not worth throwing the same shot? Just
I guess
asking.
if you want.
I think he needs to
whatever
go down
looks
and
better
have
to
a
you.
look at it here, because I
Sure.
think Steve is.
I don't think it's as thin as he thinks.
Oh, I think he's looking at doing the. If he can make the triple takeout by running the center rock straight back, he's thinking he can get better angles.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
It's pretty good.
Really close.
Okay.
Well, he ends up losing his back one though too. So
Overall,
Sorry, guys.
a bit. Like not too much, but
Even nose isn't terrible.
that's okay. I think. Yeah, he may have some here, but that's fine.
actually, it's not a bad result.
Kind of like this. Yeah.
He's still got his
Yeah.
deuce kind of going here.
Normal.
The Willsey's going to have to
shot, though.
remove the Allen stone and,
This is
and
where,
try to roll
roughly where you threw that.
to the right, to
Yeah,
the
double.
inside,
It'll come up a hair.
Okay.
and make sure that there's no double takeout.
Yeah, he indicated he wants to maybe
Normal.
try and get under that yellow guard with his roll.
Yep.
I think the blues are out counting that other yellow one that's in the ring too. Those two blues that are off to the side, at least one of them is.
Clean. Yep. 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 Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Roll, 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 roll. Hard.
Good shot.
Okay.
Makes a good shot, actually.
good catches
But
there?
the fact that they're
Yeah,
frozen,
not
I
bad.
think
Sorry.
Steve Allen here can just sort of, as long as he makes
Sorry.
contact, they
My bad.
both go. And if you may have a catcher over there on the wing.
Send him down. I didn't, he said he got 11-1. I don't think it was. That's not what it was.
He wouldn't be upset to take the play away from this button area either.
No, exactly.
Catch quarter.
Yeah, they
catch it
kinda
on the
definitely for
backside there of that blue one. Whoa. Close. Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she missed everything.
Oh. That is an unfortunate miss. And that's
Okay.
it's right in our spot here where it's a little bit
Brutal.
trophy down here.
Put one right here. That good? I think so. He's gonna have this draw all
Looked like it was going to
ways.
go away.
If we can overcurl it here, it's probably the best, eh?
Yeah, I think we can't really take away both, right?
Yeah.
That one optically, I think is. This one's awkward too. We make a good one, like almost back in the same spot. It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I think that's probably the top 4 right there.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
a really good point.
Do
If
you
they
like
put
the
it right
outturn?
back where it was, what's Rick going to
I think we
have
got
I think
a
this
few
is-
more things.
to
I think
score?
this is-
Well, the fact that he's laying 2, I don't think
Just
there's a
like-
double off the
Right
outside
button right
stone
here is
anymore.
like pretty good.
I think he's laying 4.
You know,
Yeah, like a
He's
hair over,
got-
like right
he's-
here.
The outturn. The outturn.
oh, sorry,
draw
he is
not
laying
that
4.
hard, don't
I
think.
thought from the angle down the sheet, it looked like the
Optically
yellow was in
harder,
for
but-
3rd stone, but it's not.
I mean, I think good things can happen on this line.
You think there's a
But
really flat in off on those 2 rocks that are side by side? It's super tough.
I don't think
top-
so. I'm
top
not
four,
sure that
like,
they can throw it
half
hard
under
enough
is
to make
pretty
that.
good.
And the fact that the rocks aren't
What do you think about like,
aren't
your,
lively.
Yeah.
The guys, some of the players have complained about this. They kind of,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, they kind of hit and they kind of go thud, and they don't have the big kick to them.
Where are these rocks from? I heard they're Curl Canada stones, but
You know, Canada curling stone.
yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah, a
ahead
little
for
bit
line. Think we're gonna overcurl a bit.
Hard line.
We're gonna overcurl a bit.
Hard line.
We're overcurling. Really overcurling. Just put it here and just put it here, I guess. I don't know.
John Willsey with his
No,
draw.
just leave it. Just leave it. Oh, yeah. Whoa!
Look at the finish on that.
Yeah,
He's opened the door for Steve to get his single here.
I thought I did, but.
Steve Allen will have to navigate the port and get his stone on and tap the Willsey stone off the button.
More ice than I was taking in the draw, eh?
Being able to put it on. So.
Touch last, Richie.
They should grow too.
You know, if Steve punches this at all, it could run on him.
Line's good. Whoa. Line's good.
Line's
Clean
good,
it.
guys.
Clean it. Whoa.
Where?
Whoa.
Still needs to
Whoa.
move.
Yep.
Clean it.
Now it's starting to move.
Yep. Yep. Hard, guys.
14-8. They're going to have to go
Hard,
to move it, I think.
Right to it. Sweet.
Chop.
Throw, Steve.
Just
Wow,
enough.
just.
That will be a single point here in the 4th end for the Allen team. They will trail John Willsey by a score of 3-2.
Over in our other games, Team Keene has stolen one in the 4th and now are now tied up with Glen Howard at 3.
You could have got there that way, I think. Yeah.
And in the
That's kinda what I was
McDonald
thinking, like,
Hall
throw that
game,
line if we go full
the score is
forward, like,
3-1
that-
in favor of
like,
Team McDonald.
half and half. Like that draw's impossible. Like,
And
there's
it's still
almost
3-2 in the
playing
Epping
the-
versus Cam game
Couldn't hit it low.
for Team Epping.
Yep. I like that. Yep.
Well, for Steve Allen, I think your game plan is now to get some center stones. You're going to have to try to steal your way back in here. Holding the opposition to 1 is not
Need more line there.
horrible.
You undercurl. Like, who cares, right? Sure, just,
Steve Allen himself
I
needs
was
to
thinking, I was like,
you
I
know,
kind of wanted
Okay,
to stick
that's
here,
good.
but-
take something positive out of that last shot. And
Oh, yeah. That's all good.
Treatment.
No, it's a big shot. You know, it's not an easy shot. under these conditions.
You know, he admittedly is not playing his best, so maybe that'll give him some confidence.
Wait's okay.
So Kevin Rathwell throws up the long center guard.
Gotta go here.
Yeah,
We're okay.
you're a little
We're okay.
tight,
We're okay.
over
We're okay.
curling
We're
a bit.
okay. Go.
Yeah, hard.
Evan Lilly now trying to
Gotta go, guys. 15-5. You gotta go.
get this thing onto the rings.
Real hard.
Connor Laws.
Okay.
Robert Curry sweeping that, getting a full 12 foot.
Play on it or you want to go around it?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't know what that does for us. So I'd rather move it or go around it. Okay. So
It's okay,
board.
Evan. Not a bad spot.
No.
I guess if you could hit this on the nose and sit right there.
Well, to me, it's a difficult shot, though, you know, because if he ends up peeling his own off, it's ugly, right? And you need that center guard. He might be better served to even freeze to it.
Whoa. Yep.
Actually,
Hard.
going around it, I didn't
Hard, Richard.
mind that call either.
Whoa. Right off. Good, Kev. Nice shot.
Well, Kevin that's a great shot.
Hey, board.
John Willsey just going to be content now to peel this off as well.
Just figuring that out now.
Stay closer to control.
Yep. Yes.
For one.
Gotta go.
Two of Rick's in a row. I'm huffing.
Hard. Hard for nose.
Trying to hang around.
Hard.
You know, that's important because you keep hanging around. That is the control rock. You know, Steve Allen's going to have to decide whether
Unless you want to try this again.
I don't mind one more.
Okay, board.
have to decide whether he's going to hit that
I'd like to
because
get
it is
under.
still a control rock or go around it. It looks like he's decided to hit it.
Well, I think Willsey was really wanting that to kind of stay out in the
Yep,
open there, so
yep.
it didn't act like a second
Whoa.
center guard.
Whoa.
And Steve
whoa,
wants just the
right off.
opposite. He would love a little inside
Trying.
flop here.
It's trying. Okay, good. It's good.
That's well navigated for Rick Allen.
Whatever you see. Okay.
It's good, Rick.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Robert
well-
Curry going to try to roll this in. Oh,
Exactly
dear.
what he didn't want.
No, exactly. It's kind of what Steve Allen wanted.
Oh, that was dumb.
Now Steve will go right on
that was
the
dumb.
offense here, trying
Like,
to
not the call was fine.
get brother Rick to whip one around.
Good result. Well, we can get to anything behind there. I mean, if they get around, I can always play a hack split.
Your line's good. Just play the weight. Yep. I think so. I think you gotta go. Yep. All right, guys. Hard.
Yeah, really got to go on this for weight.
Okay. Whoa. It's good. It's fine. Good shot.
I'll try and do that.
Okay, I could see about half.
Okay.
Yeah, hair less than half.
Normal.
Well, coming up short there, like that's to me that's a massive missed opportunity. You know, he has a chance to get around and almost just a golden opportunity to steal a point.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Robert Curry trying to get by. No.
Might have to.
Well, he did say he could see less than half of that, so.
This first one like ran pretty straight. That one, I thought he threw it all right. Maybe just a little soft.
You could put the long guard back on here.
I don't know. Like
It's really hard with that one there, though.
we're getting late into the end. Does he whip it all the way around? But then if he gets around nicely,
Certainly wasn't wide.
Okay.
I didn't give a ton of
you know, it'll leave the double.
Yeah, the outturns, I didn't see that long guard.
Throw the guard again if you want.
Kind of the outturn draw is out of the question now.
Well, it's just interesting how the you know, the banter back and forth is, you know, you decide.
Okay, line's good. Yep, yep.
Which to me, you know, he just got to get a rock in position. It's kind of like you missed your opportunity. Now they've peeled the long guard. You can retry to get position here.
This comes in here so nicely here. It's just a little
Oh,
heavy.
you got to make sure this stays in the rings.
Okay, that's good.
And it just made it by the guard.
Well, for the young Willsey's team, they may be able to hit the other stone, sort of come off the back of their own and actually, you know, carry them in.
You like
Give you.
try the same shot,
Give you.
or
I'd rather play that myself, but good rob the roll.
you want to give that a go or make that roll? Okay. Normal.
I really tried to put it back.
So at the fifth end break, the game between Epping and Cam is all tied up again. So the brothers are giving each other a battle here.
Hard.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Throw it for this week.
Whoa.
Connor Law is trying the difficult double
Whoa.
takeout here, and he's really close.
Shot.
Oh, what a great shot.
Got
Leaves his two stones close to the rings for a nice control position.
Both of them very promotable.
So
Richie Gillen here now just going to try to replace his draw, hopefully in the top 4 foot this time.
back. It's back, Kevin.
Okay, line's better.
Back better than the other one.
Line's better. Whoa if you can.
Wait
Whoa if you
only.
can. Switch.
Wait only.
Yep. Hard, Kev.
I don't think they ever
Hi,
need to
Kev.
switch.
Not in this spot.
Yeah. This is
Hard.
going
Come
sideways.
on.
This looks
Come
like
on.
really good weight.
It's good. Shot.
Nice adjustment.
throw.
It's one of our other games on sheet A. So Team Keene is all tied up with Howard, and they're on their fifth end break.
the
Score
same
there's
way, or-
3-3.
Okay.
Shot.
Tricky.
Whoa.
Connor
run.
Law is going to try the run
Oh.
back here.
Off.
It's got a curl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's looking a little,
Hanging out a little bit.
wide.
Okay. Okay.
Throw one up or
I don't know. What would you
To me, I think that
Hard
was a
to throw
perfect
one up with that
opportunity
one
to
there,
even
right?
just try to split your rocks in the
move
rings.
it, or do we
And,
throw the guard? We could
You know,
corner that one, I guess.
that's kind of why you work so hard to get some of
just
those
hard
stones in
because
that
we leave them
position.
no
You've
matter
got
what,
that opportunity.
move
Like
this, you know what I'm saying?
why throw the run back? It's,
Right.
it's sort of a lower percentage
Yeah.
stone versus the split.
The pocket split hits it in the middle. They
You know,
both go on.
Even if you just got your one buried behind your own stone and exposed the Allen rock.
Yeah, because there's that long yellow guard there that's kind of hidden in that logo, but
is that hard to do?
you could have even sent it sideways over there.
If it corners it, it's not bad.
You know what? You know, in this
Just leaving
in
them
this
that run back all day.
day and age of the game, like these kids usually throw these
What's that?
I call them kids because they're younger than me.
Be close, I guess.
They throw these run backs and it hits so hard and so accurately
Well, the
that
thing, yeah.
you know that little 3-4 foot run
What's that?
is usually a pretty routine and everyday shot for them.
Right.
Yeah.
But for him to sort of back that off and miss it, now it begs to ask the question: well, is it that routine?
Yeah. Now the call here is a
Line's fine.
Line's okay.
guard, but I think
Line's fine.
it wouldn't be the worst thing if they came
Line's
just
fine.
half around that blue rock.
Easy.
Where?
Easy.
Well, he's
Easy.
just going to be patient. You know, we
Easy.
may see John Willsey play the run back on his own here.
Great, Steve. Go.
It's a pretty good spot, I guess.
Run ours. Okay, yeah, we can run ours and then. Yep, run ours, stuff it there.
Same as Connor, normal.
Okay. How did his run?
His
Pretty
came up a
straight
bit
there?
at the end.
That same curled a bit at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
John wanted us to give a shout out to his dog Neva and his cat Timmy, who he said would be watching.
Okay.
Normal. Yep. Yep.
Do you leave the TV on all week for them, I guess?
Yeah. John Willsey here is first stone in this fifth end of play.
Yep.
Gonna try to run this back.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
It's floating
Clean.
out on him.
Clean.
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
there it goes.
Oh my, great shot.
Shot.
That was a little scary, actually.
Well, that
Counter.
just it's funny. Like he was way out, and then it just made the move.
Unless you want to draw again, do you?
So as we've mentioned before, a lot of the playdowns across the country are on right now to determine the provincial participants at the Briar and the Scotties. I see Brian Cochran here in the crowd trying to scope out the competition, and Brian will be representing PEI at the.
Whoa,
He's probably gonna try and get on the ice.
Whoa, yep.
Steve Allen with the run back. And these guys are making this look easy.
I'm thinking take her one here, unless you.
Almost
Oh,
good.
let's just hit it and then.
Almost good.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
I just threw it, right?
Yeah.
You throw in Norm again or firm?
Let it curl here.
Norm or firm?
Norm.
Okay.
Still the same weight. If we stick, we stick.
Shot.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, for John Willsey now, he's just going to try to split the uprights here and take the Allen stone out and blank the end. Maintain the hammer into the sixth end of play.
See,
Yep.
Matt Hall
Yep,
managed
yep.
to get his single in the fifth, and now trails McDonald by a score 3-2.
Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
Yep. Hard roll, hard roll, hard roll.
Shot.
Shot.
Well done.
That's a great shot by John Willsey. So we will have a blank end. Be 3-2 Willsey going into the sixth end of play. And with that, they go into their fifth end break, and we will take our little fifth end break. So on behalf of Curl On and Title Sports Live, stay tuned. We will be right back in 5 minutes or less.
Everything is awesome.
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the men's and ladies Ontario Provincial Championships. We are in Cornwall, Ontario. My name is Ian Tetley, and I'm here with Barb Williamson, bringing you this live coverage, along with our partners Title Sports Live and Curl On. We are in draw 12 of 18 here this week. This is the 6th men's draw. Our feature match this afternoon is between Steve Allen from the Ottawa Curling Club and John Willsey from the KW
Where is it?
Granite Club in Kitchener-Waterloo.
All of our matches are very, very close here this afternoon,
Bring it
Ian.
right in.
We have 2 of them tied at 3 and 2 of them with a 3-2 score, so nobody's running away with anything this afternoon.
Okay, that's good. Shot.
A lot of important games happening as well. The standings are, it's moving day, I guess. If you're going to be in it, you're going to win today. You should win 2 today, and if you're going to be out of it.
Barb, you're bang on there.
10.5.
You know, for young John Willsey's team, they're up 1 with the hammer. They're going to sort of try to play the scoreboard, but try to get a deuce here and try to break this game open.
Weight's nice. 10.5.
For Steve Allen, he's just going to have to be patient and try to, take advantage of some opportunities that they may present.
Rob.
Okay.
There's a
It's 10-1, sorry.
there's a rock that we haven't seen very many rocks run that straight on that spot.
Well, just a little overthrown. You know, they just mopped, and the ice gets a chance to cure it a little bit.
10-1, just a hair up. 10-1. I thought it was okay.
Kevin Rathwell,
Yeah, he's like
young 30-year-old, making his first appearance here at the Ontario Provincial Championships.
Line's good. I think so.
Team Allen have to stay patient here. They're still very much in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just over the hog line is no good to us. That's all right. So.
And you know how much they'd like to get in the win column.
Yes, most definitely.
Nobody wants to come here and
Well, when you
go
play
home without it.
these big games, sometimes it's just a matter of one shot, and you know, we saw that one end where the third end where Steve had an opportunity to get a second stone in there, and he ends up coming up short, and John Willsey makes a huge double takeout, and all of a sudden he gets 3 points. So from a possible steal situation,
We are
you know,
T-line
it goes
elite
to
right
the
now.
fact that they get 3.
Yeah.
The line will be okay.
T-line.
And that's
Yeah,
actually
back
the
eight, back
difference
4.
in this game at this
Back eight.
point.
Moving now.
Nope. Back 8. Back 4.
14-5.
Evan Lilly trying to walk this stone around, get it top 4 foot buried.
Nice shot.
Bring some of the play to the middle of the sheet, which is fine and dandy by Steve Allen. He's going to call on brother Rick here. The ice maker at the Ottawa Curling Club. Try to lock this
Hold
thing
it
on
if you
the
can.
top 4 foot.
Okay, line's good. Yep.
1-7.
Hard, Kev. Hard.
Rathwell and Gillen going
him a-
hard on
keep
this
him
to
a-
get it
come out
by
the
and
other
get
side
it
if
in
we
there.
can.
Back 8.
Whoa.
Oh, that is
Okay, that's
just a
good.
crazy amount of curl.
Shot.
Well, it does over curl, comes out the other side, which gives him
That
an
was close enough that he got
opportunity
it.
later in the end if he needs
Like,
it.
it was just behind there, so you split. But anyways, 80.
Robert Curry, the 26-year-old from Waterloo.
Just top 8. Looks like it's flying.
Whoa.
He's got his master's degree in chemical engineering. Now working for Jana Corporation. And he has just
He's just throwing
not
a bomb
engineered
down
this
there.
very well.
What happened there?
That was just flew down the sheet.
Same thing.
Well, this is where the inexperience sometimes shows is that, after the fifth end, we know because we see it all the time is that,
Evan, do
the
have
ice quickens up about 6 feet
Okay.
for at least, at least 6 or 8 of the stones, the first
A little
stones of
bit
the
if
end.
you can. Short. Hard, Kev.
Right. Okay.
Rick Allen trying to freeze this back in there.
Hard. Okay. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
And he's going to
Okay.
come up short.
Sweeping, guys.
Okay.
He does provide a little bit of protection for those stones that are in the forefoot, and at least he bounced off so they can use them later if they have to run them in.
Well, they're in a good position for Steve Allen. Here's the Willsey team taking a little bit of a gamble here. He's going to try to warp another stone in there, and if he doesn't get it all the way across the line,
Yes.
it may leave a raised double takeout.
Line.
Whoa.
Yes, line.
Yep.
Yes,
Hard.
line.
Hard.
Trying to get it by here.
Whoa.
Wow, decisions for Steve Allen.
Throwing big or?
Do you run it back now, or do you get position first? Position with your own stone in front.
Yeah, there's still, he could still angle freeze on there, but he's elected to go with the run back.
Yes. Kind of the rule of thumb is, you get position first, because if they come back and freeze, you never want to be the first and third stones. You always want to be the middle stone.
Yeah, really hard, really hard. Hard. Really hard.
He might just hit this in the pocket.
Okay.
Richie Gillen
Okay,
trying to
whoa,
run this
whoa,
back.
whoa,
Uh-oh,
whoa,
he doesn't want to
bounces.
peel his own off
Hard,
either,
hard,
though.
Kev. Okay, it's good.
That is not good.
I think so. Okay.
What do you think for here? Like, you like that?
For John Willsey here and Connor Laws,
I think.
going to try to
I think,
get this
Steve will be
stone
okay.
in
I
around
think
their
Knox,
corner guard.
He's a bit past the wings. I think it'll be good.
Connor Laws originally hailing from Sunridge, Ontario, which is just outside of
tight.
North Bay.
Close.
Now makes Collingwood his home.
Hey, you're okay. Wait only.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Gotta go.
Line's good. Yep. 4. Hard line. Hard line.
Gotta go. Wait.
Really gotta go. Looks like.
Yeah,
hard.
we're not there.
Hard.
We're not there.
Hey, whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Just all of a sudden how these ends change so quickly.
Move out a bit. Let's go, okay?
He's at
I
goes from an opportunity of
want to throw the
laying,
same way?
laying 1, 2, and 4, having 3 stones in the rings, to now Richie Gillen may just kill both of these, or else
Okay.
be frozen to them.
Yeah. Like it probably could afford a hair
Clean.
more.
Clean.
Close.
Whoa. Clean.
Close.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Like they were still
Hard,
holding
guys.
it.
Hard.
Really hard.
Hard.
Wow, that really finished up on him.
Good.
That's a great shot.
Sorry. Whoop. Jeez. Stop.
What a great shot by Richie Gillen there.
Just hit
In
this
really
one
good
first.
position right now.
See if you can get them both or get them all.
Sorry, Steve, that first one.
Hit
Now
the,
for
like
Connor
the
Laws, I
sideline, try and
expect
bounce off the other
a
one.
howitzer to be thrown down here and try to blow them all out of there.
Oh, okay. We're just making a double. Sure.
Shot.
Peel.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
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 Peel.
Whoa.
He's really close
Whoa.
here.
Whoa.
Really close.
Hard, Reggie. Hard. Get it out.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? That is a fantastic result, though.
Shot.
He kept his own stone
first one
in the rings.
That's actually pretty good.
It's outstanding. He shot rock and he's got shot rocket. He's got angle too. For Steve Allen now, he's going to have to navigate taking out the Willsey stone and getting it by his own.
That's what I was thinking, like trying to get the shooter up in the air. That's kind of what happened anyways.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Good with that, or you want more?
Yeah, cannot afford to hit this high on the broom side. He has to get to nose or better.
This board. Whoa, whoa. Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Yep, yep, yep. Hard! 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 Hard, Kev!
Good looking shot coming here by Steve Allen.
And gets a little flip under.
You know, and he lays two in behind, totally buried behind the corner guard.
Probably would have liked to not
Wanna
roll
make sure
quite
we
that
get in a
much,
bit.
We're back to that one, that's okay.
because
Well,
now there's an opportunity for Willsey to draw to that back one.
You're right, Barb. If he would have rolled half a rock,
Sorry, Richard.
I think that's
half a
close.
stone
Yeah.
less, he would have been in premier position. Now it's given a little window here for John Willsey to come down and freeze on that stone in the back 8 foot.
I think ideally top 4 depth, but we got to be shot.
Skip John Willsey, the Masters MBA student at Laurier. Former OUA silver medalist in 2016.
Say a hair for line early. Go ahead then. Hard everything.
Hard!
Hard everything.
Hard line!
Got it. Okay, well then. Carve it into the
They
blue.
come up light again in this path. That's the second draw of this end that they have not been able to negotiate around that corner guard. Pretty surprising, don't you think?
Well, you know, both times everybody's taken about the edge of the button for the draw to get over here, and
15.
you know they might be a real tricky spot, because if you go over further, does it run a little bit and then finally take off? You may have to carve it in there late, but I think that's the
Oh, you guys
choice.
have had to sweep everyone that
That's
throws.
probably just top 12.
Yeah, it was like. I mean,
For Steve Allen, I'm thinking he would like to get this right on center line,
exact path.
just full 12 foot,
Yeah.
Easy.
and hopefully narrow down the rings for John
Lots of weight.
Willsey.
Lots of weight's not what you want to hear.
Well, you don't want it into the 4 foot, because then he'll probably just hit it to try to get his single.
Right.
Can't be deep. Can't be deep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you can't get shot by nosing that.
Well, that's
I think we can
that ends
clear
up to
ourselves
be
too much line.
in a pretty good location.
Hey? Sorry? Okay.
Well, this is definitely a pivotal shot in this game.
Like same pass speed. I was light there.
John Willsey hoping to make the in-turn draw, get a piece of the 4 foot and get his single.
Evan in. What?
Hard line.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hard line.
Line's pretty good.
Line's
They're
good.
just
Keep
going
going
for
now.
weight. Looking really good right
Line's good. Keep
now.
going hard. Hard line in.
I got 1487
You're good.
from
You're good.
Sweep,
You're good.
boys.
hog to hog, and that is a perfect draw by John Willsey to pick up the single point, take a 4-2 lead into the 7th end of play.
Yeah, good judge.
Barb, that is just pure class and professionalism of this young crew.
Missed a lot of shots there.
I think that both teams came back from the break. Like Team Allen came back with some confidence after having made a really good shot in the 5th, and Team Willsey came back knowing that they were in control, had the hammer, and really
Take your moment there, Evan.
delivered at the end there with a beautiful draw. He would have obviously loved to score 2, but he has a 2-point lead now, and he's in control of this game.
Shot.
Thanks.
Good sweeping.
It's like, yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well,
how different-
updates
I know
from
it
all
is.
the
It's,
sheets.
a lot-
Glenn Howard is just about to blank the 7th end and will keep the hammer going into the 8th there in a 3-3 tie. John Epping just picked up a single point in the 6th end to maintain a 4-3 lead over Jason Cam.
Your line should be okay. Line's good. Bit of room.
And the game
Running a
between
bit.
Okay.
Scott McDonald
I'd rather.
Moved a lot.
and Matthew
Had a good
Hall.
time.
Yeah, we're still there.
Looks like Scott McDonald just picked up a big 3-ender and will jump to a 6-2 lead there.
In a must-win game for him.
In our feature game here this afternoon, Steve Allen trailing by 2 against John Willsey. Evan Lilly just putting his stone on the back 4.
Oh, looks like a lot.
Steve will get
Where is
Kevin
it?
Rathwell to throw up the corner guard, and he will initiate his offensive proceedings.
Slowing.
Okay.
Slowing. Oh, we're good.
Good.
Shot, Kev. Shot.
By top 4.
Yep.
Good guard.
Yep.
Top 12 right now. Hey, hair tighter line, not
Hoping
bad.
to put this one a little
tighter
higher in the
path.
rings.
Gotta go then. Top 4. Hard.
Took a lot off of this.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be a tight center guard, which is
Oh.
not disastrous, being up 2 points. You kind of force some of the play to the middle, and you've got the control rock.
Steve Allen choosing to ignore that and draw around his corner.
Join in this afternoon at 4 p.m. We will have continuing coverage of our
line's
Ladies
pretty good.
Ontario Provincial Playdowns.
Whoa, room.
Our feature game will be Holly Duncan up against Chelsea Brandwood.
Keep going. Keep going.
And then our evening game, the game that will probably
think-
bring out
I
a
mean-
lot of fans, is John Epping
I don't
against
know if
Glenn
that one
Howard.
runs quite as well as the other one, but
Good
like
shoot,
it felt like
boys.
less, but
Good.
That will be the apex of our week.
You like
I
the
have an
chase, or
8.
you just want to go here?
okay.
You know, it's Steve Allen deciding to ignore the rock on the back 4-foot and going around his own corner guard, getting second stone, which is perfect. So John Willsey's just going to ignore it and try to get position in behind his own tight center guard.
Your line's not bad.
Robert
only.
Curry.
Wait only. Wait only. Wait only. Line's good. You got room. 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 Line's getting better. Hey, it's coming in nice. Still Evan. Still Evan. Still Evan. Oh, 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 then. Oh, 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 oh. Oh.
That one slides right to the button.
I think it'll just come up a bit at the end.
I think that one's not quite as slow as the other one. That's the
Clean.
one.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Hard. Hard. Okay, it's good. Sorry, guys.
So running back that guard, he gets
Well, you know what? He gets rid of one of them, but now he's got his stone is sort of being the control rock now too. So, you know, at this point, John Willsey's got to do a little bit of defense.
calling for the double peel on these two yellow guards.
Robert
Clean.
Curry going to
Yep,
try
yep,
to run it
yep.
back, and
Hard.
Hard. Well,
It's going to get one.
Whoa, baby.
out.
Whoa,
oh
baby.
dear,
I think you won.
a little bit of begging over there.
Shot.
Board.
A chance here.
Board.
Board wait to remove that blue stone and roll open.
Board. Clean it. Clean it.
Down.
Clean it.
Move
Yep.
down. Yep. Hard.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard. Come
Gotta
hard.
go to get this by.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa. Way
perfect
down.
shot by Rick Allen.
Okay. Good call.
You can hear me?
I just heard. I thought I heard down. So it's good.
Yeah, if they don't communicate
That
that
was
it
really flat.
wasn't the expected weight,
just
they
try and
probably would
roll
have
into the
crashed on
side
that
of it.
guard.
Think I like that. Still like Peel.
Yeah, curl the hair. Not much though. Okay.
Yep. Yes. Oh. Yep. Oh. Yep. Yep. Oh.
Playing the hit here and roll it over towards
You all
center.
right?
Shot.
Shot.
Wow, most importantly there, he
Very
gets
nice.
the perfect roll behind his center guard.
And punches the yellow stone into the open.
Yeah,
We get to see
so
it
that's
now.
a great shot.
Wonder that.
Pretty tough. Unless you want to go here. I think you gotta play this. Normal.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, Steve Allen's not going to take any chances. He's going to get Richie Gillen to run the
Yep.
Willsey stone straight back and hopefully pick it off. Gets really lucky, might even roll for his own guard.
Okay. Okay, it's good.
I just couldn't hold it and ends up just running it straight back, just replacing it.
I like
But
that.
good news is he leaves his guard out front.
Control.
Connor Law is going to
Clean.
remove the
Yep.
Allen stone.
Clean.
And if you can
Whoa.
even roll buried,
Good.
I think they
Whoa.
indicated about rolling wide, but
Yep.
God,
Oh. Yep. Hard.
which might be a great way to force the Allen team to a single point here.
Steve indicating that he'd like to roll under that cover.
Whoa. No.
Richie Gillen looking to try to hit and roll, but this is running pretty straight.
That's probably nose. Probably nose. Fine. It's good.
He's probably trying to come in and he's planning to roll again. We could try the roll now. See, even if you roll it to here, I mean, like, makes the roll easier.
Good,
But,
Richard.
okay. Control or
You
no?
can make that draw. I just like control here. I'll be solid to it. Yeah. Yeah, nose or hair away. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, for John Willsey here, if he can nose this stone, he will kind of have the force on, and so
Clean.
Steve Allen will be
Clean.
forced to
Yep.
either make a big hit and roll or make a draw and try to initiate.
Whoa, yep. Whoa, okay, whoa now.
A big
I don't know.
shot here.
Yep, I don't know. Okay.
Finishes hard at the end. eh?
Same?
Kind of like a
Yeah,
spot
I
there.
think so.
See, that's kind of like where yours did there.
Or do you want to throw control?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll throw normal.
Yeah, but that's like, it's the exact same thing that your one did there, where just like,
Is he going after the double here?
it's like right over this logo.
It's really, really
I was on like a
flat,
third
isn't it?
rock and then-
Roller.
Well, it's, but he might be able to do the same thing. Just if he gets over and just punch them out into the open.
Yeah. Good throw.
I don't think with these, I don't think the rocks are lively enough to get that rock out of the rings. Oh God!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Full flaps on that one.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's close.
Got some roll.
Come on, under.
Wow, that is a great attempt by Steve Allen.
Close, eh? Sorry.
Yeah, we don't have to be too cute with this because
No,
even
I
if we roll out,
Yeah.
Yeah, even if they roll out, they're still buried underneath the guard.
Well, I love the comments there. You know, there is no reason to be cute. You've got a rock that is fully buried behind cover, which Rick will, or Steve Allen will have to either play the run back or just draw for a single point. So here it's like make it go away first and foremost, and then secondly hang around.
Yep. Easy.
hard, easy, whoa,
Whoa.
clean now,
Clean.
clean, yep, whoa, clean, yep, yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Yeah, it's good there.
That is a perfect shot by young John Willsey.
What do you like?
Pounding it back off the line.
Steve's going to throw the draw.
Yeah. Okay, good throw. Sorry, that's my bad.
Four. T-line.
So drawing against 2 here. This chance to pick up a single in the 7th end and keep this game close.
Easy.
Line's good.
Easy.
Full 4.
Looks like a lot.
Steve just looking to
Line's fine.
get this on the forefoot. Starting to dig in a little bit now.
No chance.
Should soften up in the middle there. And well played by Steve Allen to pick up his single point. The completion of 7 ends of play. It'll be John Willsey 4, Steve Allen 3.
Yeah, force.
Lots of exciting action on all 4 sheets this afternoon here at the Ontario Provincial Championships. Glenn Howard locked at 3 with Mark Keane as they continue to play in the 8th end of play. Scott McDonald has jumped out to a 6-2 lead. They have just completed the 7th end.
Yeah, like or we can take it if you want. Like it's laid enough.
Matt Hall scored. I just don't know how many he got. Might have been 2.
Looks like he got 2, so that is now 6-4 for Scott McDonald. The 7th end was blank between John Epping and Jason Cam, so Epping will still lead 4-3 there.
Good sweep.
So Kevin Rathwell putting up the perfect center guard.
Gary, yeah.
Sorry? You want to go that side?
Now the Willsey team has played an aggressive schedule this year. They've played 49 games sort of year to date. They're currently right at 500, 24 wins, 25 losses. They're just slightly below 500. The Allen team having 28 games.
Line only right now.
And they're 13 and 15.
Hair tight.
Just clean for now if you can.
The beauty, you know, for these
by,
teams
fine.
that live and
You're
play
by,
in the
it's
Toronto area, there's a lot of really competitive events that they can play in and really, you know, gel as a team. They can play every weekend if they want to.
Yeah, okay.
Just got back 4.
Both of these two teams having very similar efficiencies with respect to hammer efficiency and steel defense, force efficiency, and steel efficiency. Their stats are almost identical.
Well, we haven't seen any steals in this, and we haven't seen very many deuces.
Line's pretty good. Whoa, whoa.
Well, 0 steals.
Where is it?
So Evan Lilly putting their stone on the back of the forefoot. John Willsey would prefer that to be top forefoot. This is going to give Kevin Rathwell the opportunity to lock it on.
Whoa. Right off. Okay, it's pretty good.
And he draws one right to the back of the button.
You can bump them. That's good. Back 4.
In the Howard Keene game, looks like Glenn's got a draw, open draw for 2 here to take the lead in that game.
Hair bump right now, I think.
Yeah, that's good. Line's okay. Clean it. Yep. Whoa.
Back 4. Weight's
Whoa.
good. Back 8.
Clean,
Back 8.
yep.
Back 8.
In my opinion now, after
Hard line.
you know
Back 8.
Hard line.
the ladies' draw this morning,
Hard.
where
Back 8.
Hard.
you know they had just sort of dusted the rocks, we'll say. You know, they might have been a little aggressive this morning, but I think for the men this afternoon, you are seeing that shot making has become much easier. There's a lot more shots being made, and hence the scoreboards are much closer. So,
A little bit. Yep. Really hard line.
Just looking across all the sheets here, and there's been 2 threes scored in all, in all 4 of these games. Out of all 4 of these games, only 2 3-enders.
Rick Allen looking a little late here on this attempt to freeze.
It's good. Sweep, guys.
If I come around.
It's that swooping out turn again.
Well, for John Willsey here, it's you know, first and foremost, your end goal is to make sure you score. One, because it's an even end; it's the 8th
This one
end.
is a bit faster than the other one, I think. So.
And secondly,
Aim
you've got
for
the
like a
hammer.
90, I think.
So he's going to get aggressive here. Some people might walk up and double peel those 2 center Allen stones.
He's ignored them a few times, actually, in this
Oh
game.
yeah.
I don't think it's that
It's funny
big, guys.
that they started out really slow in the first end or 2, but now all of a sudden now they're taking chances.
Clean. Oh, still room. Room. Okay, go
Robert
then.
Curry
Go
trying to
straight,
walk this
straight,
one in
straight,
here.
Straight. Hard. You gotta go. Right to it.
Okay, that angle's good. That angle's good.
Okay. Room for you there?
Yeah, there actually is room for another rock in there.
That's fine there.
Well, for Rick Allen, if he can walk down here and corner freeze the top Willsey stone, the top of the button Willsey stone, he will be in A1
Line's
position.
pretty good. Stop 4. Stop 4. Whoa! Let her grab. Whoa!
This one's coming
Right
in with
off.
some heat. He might actually
Well,
make contact with his own.
Oh dear, that is not a good spot.
If we peel, what are they really doing?
I wasn't sweeping, I was just cleaning.
No, I know.
Like, is the double peel?
Needed to let it
No, I know.
grab, right?
Might be a little late for the double peel.
Or we just make this good?
Yeah. I think if he actually went right into the back, what froze the back ones.
I mean, obviously. Oh, okay. What happens?
I think I like this. Even if your hair, like if you go under and happen to do that, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Double peel.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Rob
Yep,
Curry
yep.
going to make the
Whoa,
double
whoa,
peel
whoa,
here.
Whoa.
Looking really good.
Shot.
I guess for John Willsey, the angles are all set up really good for him.
Okay.
So now for Steve Allen, he's going to have to try to maneuver his way out of here.
Still like this.
Yeah, he still wants to come into that little,
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
be in the middle of the sandwich, the blue sandwich.
But not without the front cleared, right? I think we're just kind of playing like this is what he wants to do.
Whoa, whoa. Play the weight.
Line's good.
Where is
Richie
it?
Gillen trying to freeze one
Clean
in
it.
here.
Clean it.
Well, it just like cuts.
Clean
him
it.
so
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Hard.
Really starting to go now. If they can get it by,
Really hard.
can they get it by
Whoa.
without touching?
Okay, it's not bad.
No, it is not bad. He might be able to absolutely drill it on the nose and
The back two yellows go.
That's what you see. It's going to touch this one, but
he could get rid of a couple of the yellows by doing that, but and he would have a whole bunch of his.
Close, eh?
So you're going hack, Sid? Okay. Okay.
You want to be on the top of that second move, right?
So they're not throwing it big here. They're just throwing hack weight.
just hack. Hack. Yep.
Close.
Yep. Hack. Yep. Hard. Hack. Gotta go. Hack. Hack. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. 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 Rob. Hard.
Okay.
Shot.
That's a pretty darn good shot.
It's a good leave.
Well, the only thing though is that for Richie Gillen here, he might be able to.
Can he double off those top two
Well,
blues?
he might be able to get all four yellow rocks going here.
Firm or normal?
Jason Cam just made a triple over there on again in that Epping game.
Yep, really hard.
Yeah, Richie's trying to do this, and I think he's tried to overthrow this. And
Whoa. Okay, it's fine.
oh God,
Either that or a hair low on this.
1,000 rocks in the 4 foot.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'll just give you a little bit less because we got to like here. We want to get there, right?
wow, this is a huge opportunity for the Willsey team. Connor Laws can actually just tap this. Well, actually, he's gonna hit and remove it.
That was hack.
So he's
If he
wanting to
tapped,
cross the face of this top blue, or is he playing the straight pick on the yellow?
if he, I think he's just trying to tap his own and punch it back. I think if he tapped frozen, then he would be in just brilliant shape.
More. Clean. Whoa. Pound more. Whoa.
Stay down.
Same weight. Whoa. Rob. Gotta go, Rob. Really gotta go. Hard. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just a little bit more weight.
It's kind of like they're making some of these half shots and not making them 100%, and it's leaving some really interesting angles.
Yeah.
It's interesting anyway.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think it's just a little more weight. The other one, we were able to kind of finish it.
On C8, bro.
Yeah. If you move that back to there, that's gonna bounce. I guess so. That's what we're looking at. All right, let's try it. We're in trouble here.
Yeah.
Rolling up on it is not very good.
Well, for Steve Allen here, it is imperative that he get to the inside of the stone that he's throwing at, and then carry him over and punch out the Willsey stone.
That's sitting at the top of that triangle?
Correct. He's got to try to make a double here. This might be too much ice, but we'll see.
Close.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa.
Good looking shot coming here from Steve Allen.
Well, that changes things a little
That,
bit.
how quickly things change.
That's a really good shot.
Mind you, right now, actually, I think these things are all lined up like trained pigs. I think
I probably lose the shooter, no? This is pulling now.
I think he might be able to possibly make a triple here.
Kind of wait. What else is there?
Gets lucky, there might even be a quad.
Just like try and hit that, get that out of there, and then keep these lined up onto that, right?
Okay, I like it.
A very interesting end.
Sure, do you want to play? We've played this way a couple times in case you want to play.
Well, it's the Willsey team has had great shape the whole end, and it's sort of they've been just sort of trying to maintain that great shape. I think for Steve Allen, they've been trying to create some angles, and they haven't been able to do that.
Normal weight. Just a hair roll. Yeah, roll in front of the blue a bit.
So a couple of blank ends in the Epping
hair
versus
last.
Cam game. So the score remains 4-3 there in favor of John Epping.
John Willsey putting on quite the show for his very first men's Ontario Provincial.
Whoa! Yep. Hard! Yep! Gotta go! Hard! Gotta go hard!
Trying to
Really
hold
hard,
this thing
really
if
go,
they
hard,
can.
gotta really go. Hard.
Hard. Okay.
Wow.
Surprised there. I kind of felt like he could have whipped that and made a whole bunch of yellow rocks go away.
It actually over curled on him.
Center this time.
Yes.
So just board. Good with that?
It's okay, bud. It's okay.
So giving the Allen team a chance here for a hit and roll to sit 3.
Board.
What a turn of events.
Good with board.
Well, now for John Willsey, he's going to have a another big shot, like he had 2 ends ago, to try to get a single point.
Just had a look at the time clocks, and the Willsey team are down to 8 minutes.
Whoa.
Clean it.
Well, with 2 ends to play, that's not
Yep.
That's okay.
it's not horrid.
Hard.
Yep.
Allen team have 5 more minutes.
Yep. Hard.
Okay.
I think just
He manages
stick
to
her
miss
one
the
here.
back one.
Sorry.
So Willsey's looking at 3
Sorry
here,
about that back.
drawing for a
I was
single.
sliding there a little bit.
Only 1 rock out of all those that's in front of the tee line.
Well, and so here's the challenge here too, is that most of the play this end has been on this in-turn side. Now he's walking over here on the out-turn side. He's got some backing though. He just got to make sure that he doesn't underthrow it.
That was the most ice
Okay,
we've
clean
seen.
it.
He was outside of the
Do you need
12-foot
this back
circle
one?
with the
Yeah,
broom.
then go ahead then. Where are you? Do you need the back one? Okay, then no. Well, then your line's fine. Line's fine then. Okay, then just top full 4, guys. It's really curling. Really curling. Okay, you're good. Whoa, guys. Whoa. You're good. That's it.
Nice draw.
Wow, John Willsey's had great draw weight in his back pocket. He makes another one here.
Eh? Yeah.
Will retain his 5-3 lead
Pretty
I
lucky.
was trying.
after 8 ends of play.
Okay, try and get it. Yeah,
They're
can
saying
you
it's
do
better
so?
than mine.
Or blank.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not a great end.
Tough for you.
This is where I'm a big fan of the 10 ends. I just think
Yeah,
that
sorry,
in the
I was
last
trying
2
to
ends,
if we needed,
lots of things change.
if we needed the back one, like, we would have had to have gone.
I'm not sure all the players are fans of the 10 ends.
Well, they don't play it much
Good
anymore.
manage there, then.
Correct.
So, you know, it does add up by the end of the week, you know, when you play 8, 10 end games. And
Yep, for sure.
practices.
So the top 3 teams at the conclusion of the week will go into the top team having a bye right to the final, and then there'll be a semifinal played by the second and third teams.
Yeah, holding it
If
nice.
there are any teams tied, there will
Yeah, line's
be
holding all right. Go ahead. Moving now.
a round of
Yeah, go
tiebreakers.
then.
Right.
Keep it moving. Hard
So
rock.
that means that all week long the teams draw to the button for last shot with their last shot draw. And those numbers are tabulated and calculated and summed up at the end of the week, and they will assist in deciding tiebreakers.
Okay, line's good. Wolf, you can. Wolf, you can. Wolf, you can. All right, boys. Get it over there. Get it over there. Hard. Okay.
Well,
Shot.
Steve Allen getting Kevin Rathwell to throw that corner guard.
Eight, lines of hair tight. Top 4. Top 4, line's good. Line's good now. Top 4, line's good now.
Yeah, John.
We have our first final here. Team McDonald have defeated
Keep going.
Team
Keep
Hall.
going. Hard. Keep going, hard.
Picked
Still
up
got
a
it.
big
Hard, hard,
3
hard,
in the
hard,
8th
hard.
end, and so that game's over. Final
There you
score is
go.
9-4. So Team McDonald did what they had to do. They won. They're still in the mix.
They're clapping for my sweep, right?
Well, we fully expect them to be there at the end of the week. You know, they're such a good team. You know,
Shot.
Let's just get
they
ready.
played a lot this year.
So
They're a very
normal.
seasoned team. Obviously, are defending champions here of this event. Kevin Rathwell going to throw the double takeout here. Oh dear, don't want to roll out here.
Okay. Try. It's good.
Okay, Cap.
Well, he does get the advantage of
Still
the
tight
5
on this
rock
one?
rule here. They still
Okay.
can't walk up and peel yet. And
Okay, just spin roll that. Okay, tight.
Okay.
Hey, really tight. Hard early. Hey, you're holding it all right. Yeah, line's still tight. Line's still tight. Over curling a bit. Over curling.
Doesn't need to curl. Does not need to curl.
Rob Curry trying to
Gotta
get
sit-
his
gotta
center
sit
guard
forward.
up here.
Oh,
Sit.
clear up.
Ah, sorry guys. It's a bit tight. I know. My bad.
Board.
This gives the Allen team a chance to, it's pretty much fully exposed, the rock that's in the 8-foot. Hit and roll away from there.
Well, for Rick
Playing it
Allen,
forward, just playing it.
if he can hit and roll this
Yep.
to the
Whoa,
to the
whoa,
wing,
whoa, whoa,
the
whoa.
Willsey team will have to go
Whoa.
over and play
Right
it,
off.
and then Steve will, I'm sure, will get his guys to try to draw around his corner guard,
It's good.
try to get position.
Hard, Steve.
Okay,
That's
good.
fine. It's good.
Come around the center.
Well,
come
he
up
didn't
enough
want
for him.
to roll out there now. So now, what does Mr. Willsey do?
He's going to draw to sit 2.
So is that hair slower or what?
Well, 2 up is a nice position. but he would still like to force his opposition to a single point
Hey,
at
wait
this end
line.
and or steal another
Line
one.
only, or wait only.
No, I was hearing just board, just board.
Room
right now,
room right now. Hasn't
Under it.
moved.
Okay.
Hey, Evan, yep. Evan, yep.
Yep, go
Hard,
now.
Evan.
Go now.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, Evan.
Go hard.
Good
Gotta
looking,
go
good looking
hard.
shot if they can finish it in here.
Going hard.
Oh, that's a great shot by Rob Curry.
Yeah.
Okay, try and make this.
Or the Allen team have had to play so many run backs.
Well, he's
run
showing
through.
showing great patience here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Clean, clean, yep, yep, yep. Hard, whoa, whoa. Good. Shot.
And gets
Peels
peels it off and gets the back stone. Now it's decision
Like
time.
that. You just wanna rip it.
Did you peel there?
Okay.
Are you comfortable with being 2 up coming home? This is where our curling zone stats come into play. Steve Allen
Easy.
down 2 with a hammer over the
Yep,
last
yep,
3
yep.
seasons. Steve Allen is 3 and 5.
Oh, that might be gross.
3 and 5. That's not bad. That's he's got a 37% chance of
That would've
winning.
been pretty nasty.
Yeah, it would have been mean.
Yeah, I gotta call this on.
Try it.
No, it would have been thicker.
A hair thicker, yeah.
John Willsey, 2 up without the hammer, playing the 10th end. 6 and 2, 75%.
I like his odds.
Okay. Top 8.
But the other one
Top
that
8.
you'd like to know is
Line's good. Lot of room.
John Willsey,
Go then.
Goal then.
up 1 with the hammer.
Hard. Hard,
Actually, he's
guys.
2 and
Hard,
1.
come
He's
on.
only 66%.
Hard.
So actually, he's got better odds if this end gets
Okay.
blanked, and he's 2 up.
That's good.
It's not on.
Wow. Now this is interesting here.
Full
'Cause
4.
Now do you try to guard and try to steal and go 3 up?
Wait, they might split.
Can they split that?
Well, they can definitely split it.
They can split it, yeah. I don't like it. You like the guard?
Okay, just peel. No. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, what do you guys like? Okay.
So this is where, sometimes the coach can kind of lean over the bench and go and show them or tell them what the stats are, and or make sure that they know the stats
Yep,
before
yep.
the game,
Yep.
and so they know what they're better at.
Clean. Clean.
Big thanks to Jerry Gertz and Curling Zone for providing the stats.
Last thing I heard was guard.
Oh, sorry. No, then he just said, I don't like it, just peel it.
Try again.
Well, that's part of the conversation they might have had going into this end is like, what do we want to be? Do we want to be tied coming home? Do we want to be, do we want blank?
I
Force.
was fine either way. The last thing I heard was guard. That's.
Whoa.
Okay, we're good.
Whoa.
They don't make freeze.
Play the
we
weight.
still get a freeze here. Or force.
Well, where is it?
Gonna go.
No, 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 no. No, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Richie Gillen here trying to freeze this on.
All right.
Yeah. Yep.
What are you thinking?
Nope, I think so.
Just don't want to get all pocket.
Control?
Actually, I like Norm. Getting sure.
I agree.
Okay, Richie.
I like Norm here just to make sure in this spot.
Yeah, yeah.
John Willsey going to try to take this stone out and hang around, delay 2.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean. Yep. Yep. Yep, 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 hard. Little roll, little roll.
And he does just that.
Man, I'm just, like, I'm getting extra bite, like hog line in. They're just, yeah.
Good throw.
So for Steve Allen now, I think his modus operandi is he's got to make this double and try to blank this end.
Well, it's his first rock. Could he not also just hit and roll over towards that other?
Well, I think he's got to take it while he can.
Worst thing would be for him to go over up against it and not remove it totally from play.
Well, he doesn't want to get forced into one here. So if he doesn't get it totally out of the rings.
Hard.
This thing looks like it's curling to the nose. He might make your shot.
Yeah, just spring this hair there. And
Yeah, I mean, we catch that hair.
So updating our game, the Howard Keene game is now 5-4 in favor of
Yeah, I like
Glenn
that
Howard
throw,
after 9 ends.
Sorry, I'm
Yep.
so afraid of throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, a hair low, it might chisel ours over a bit, so.
So for John Willsey here, he's going to try to remove the Allen stone and hang around. Hopefully with some separation. So
Oh, no.
Whoa.
No.
It's clean. Whoa.
No.
No. Should be okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's going to sit right there.
well, I think that may have given him a little gift there, and he's got an opportunity here to peel them all out and roll out and blank the end and retain the hammer for the 10th end. Big shot by John Epping.
3/4.
It's close.
Steve Allen here, his last stone from this 9th end of play. Trying to blank the end.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Richie Gillen calling the line.
What?
Looking really good. It's curling up to the nose, though.
Yeah.
He's going to get a single point here. So at the completion of 9 ends of play, John Willsey will hold a 1-point lead, 5-4. And we'll have the hammer playing the 10th end. Steve Allen will have to put on the stealing caps.
I kind of saw like Connor's hack waders in that spot, so it's probably no.
Hey?
I feel like back 8 though.
Jason March's last stone just coming up, and he just makes a perfect tap back to score a single point. So that game will be tied after the conclusion of 9 ends of play, tied at 4 with Epping having the hammer in the 10th end.
There were a lot of really great shots in that end.
Yep. Let's go, boys.
So the fans that came out to watch the Cam battle are getting treated to a great game.
5 minutes.
Well, we know Jason Cam said he had 1 goal this week. that was to beat his brother.
Mine's good.
Kevin Rathwell here in our game, throwing up the center guard.
Okay. Let's go. Sorry, guys.
Team effort to sweep it into
Hey?
about a halfway position.
You don't want to roll out and miss the back one.
Here comes the tick attempt.
Evan Lilly going to throw the intern tick. And I think this is going to require surgical precision. That should be pretty easy for a general practitioner of oncology, shouldn't it?
Well, you'd think.
Whoa. Close.
Hair hot, John.
Hot, terribly hot.
Close. Rob. Whoa. Connor.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, just missing.
It's like bored.
Close, yeah.
It's too much weight on those.
Well, now for Kevin Rathwell, he will try and get a second guard in play.
Room. It's got a curl. Where is it?
Just here, room. We got to sweep it there, though.
Okay, should go. Yep, hard. Hard.
You're working this one really hard.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Well, he doesn't want to get it in the rings
stop,
here.
Stop. Okay.
Oh, it might have. Oof.
It's out.
Closer.
It's out. Yeah.
Still a really good shot there by Kevin Rathwell, because now Evan Lilly's going to have to try to attempt the in-turn tick again on this top guard.
Pretty similar. Clean. Yep. Hard.
Line looks a little better on this one.
It's good. Hard. Okay. Hard. Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
get it out of the way here.
Okay, leave it there.
Very nice.
Nice shot.
Great shot by Evan Lilly.
I think they'll put up another long guard here.
Well, yeah, once he puts up this guard, then the Willsey team can start peeling.
This is one of those, just a couple of feet over the hog line type of guards.
Not heavy, Kevin.
It's gonna over curl. It's gonna over curl. It's gonna over curl. Whoa. It's good. Stop.
Good.
Stop. Okay.
Okay.
So now we'll see some cleanup.
Well, with that other guard being so long and off the line a little bit, the control rock is the tight one. If Robert Curry can peel off the tight guard,
Hard. You got it.
Oh, my.
and that's a perfect stone.
Good sweep.
For Rick Allen now, he's going to try to get this center
Okay,
guard
line's
buried
good.
directly behind his,
Line's good.
just
there.
short of the rings.
A little bit. Pretty good.
Whoa.
We're good.
Yep. Go, Kev. Yep.
Tight on zone.
Yep.
Tight on
Looks
zone.
like it might slip into the rings.
Whoa. Okay, that's good.
So we have handshakes on sheet A.
I think
Looks
the
like
high
Team
one.
Howard
Okay, I think that's probably the easiest. Okay.
have improved their record to 5-1.
Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Oh, a little jam there, but so everything out front is yellow right now.
Well, the challenge now is going to be
Guard.
how do you get to the button, right? For Steve Allen, he's actually got kind of two corner guards and about to throw a third guard out front, and he's got a rock in the top 12-foot. So he may end up at some point here drawing to lay two, and John Willsey will have to face
It's halfway.
the
Line's good.
inevitability of possibly losing this game.
I think this one just goes so hard.
Tough word to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over and off. Over and off.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Like to guard this one a bit though. Yep. 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 Good. Good. Shot.
It's a well-placed guard.
You want to get this one. Should have more of this now.
Well, I mean, is that the
Like
one
that?
Is that hurting us there?
Or you just want to do that?
I think they are recognizing that tight rock, it's not really hurting unless Steve Allen makes a perfect tap straight back, because I'm not sure he can really,
Yep.
does he have room to draw around it?
Hard. Hard.
You got to careful of the jam here.
Okay.
Okay, well, that takes care of the intern draw.
You want another one, eh?
Same shot.
For Richie Gillen here, it's vital for him to get this center guard in
Easy.
play.
Easy.
Okay,
Easy.
you're fine. You're fine, Rick.
Easy. Line's good. Yep. Easy.
Doesn't want to have it too long, otherwise they will play those
Yeah.
stones in the rings.
This one's really
Yep.
sliding here.
Whoa. 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 Real good. Shot.
That's perfect. Well, this might be worth a bit of a gamble to run this back, and if he can just hit it a little bit high side,
They'll both go.
he might be able to
Leave
get
it
all
there.
3 yellows moving. Connor Laws, a 23-year-old from Collingwood,
Oh, close.
throws this.
No. No.
Looks like it's going to be just a straight peel.
Okay.
So we are down to skip stones here in the 10th end of play.
Wanna go or you
Steve
wanna
Allen
throw 'em
needing to steal a single point to carry the game forward.
We don't need to take time out. So.
No time challenges for the
Wow.
Allens. They've
No, I
got well over 8 minutes to
That
go.
was Richie's first thought.
Pretty good clock management.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe.
With the Willsey team having 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Only 2 rocks to come. I think they're pretty safe as well.
John Epping team looking to be in nice position to win that
I
game.
think it
There's
is,
just
right? And that-
one lonely corner guard right now as the only rock in play, and they are down to skip stones there as well.
That's no good. That's useless. Yeah, we have to be tight if anything.
So what do you
Then
think
he gets
here,
everything
Ian?
going
Do
that
they
way,
go now, or do they put a center guard on here and try and draw the play to those?
I think you need to throw the center, because if you go around the corner
I
right
know you
now,
may leave
he's
that.
going to rip those other two. Because for John Willsey, he's made 2 huge draws in this game already.
Yeah, I know, but is he
You
not
know,
staying
and if
there,
he peels those 2 out, and then Rick would go around the corner guard again, then John Willsey's just looking at drawing to the 4-foot.
Yeah, what do you think of them going around
Well, it's
their
either
rocks
I draw
right now,
or I'm
though?
going to have to try and angle.
Oh, around their rocks right
so
now?
I'd sooner draw. So
I just, you know, the only challenge is that you could actually make a brilliant shot, and he's got a slash in this.
I'd rather
The
put-
one yellow
make
rock
them
would
make the
actually
shots than
carry
me.
him off the outside
I'm gonna
one,
have to
make
make a
clip
hard-
yours
if I
on the
don't
back of the
go
4
now, I'm gonna have to
and
make a
spill
really
everything
hard
out.
shot on my last one.
I think they may have called for the center here.
Same.
It's either that or the other shot is if you tap this one straight back. The rock closest to center.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Line's real good.
Line's good. Yep.
Steve Allen throwing his first stone in the 10th end of play,
Hard.
All right, guys.
Hard. Never leave it.
trying to get by his own stone.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Going hard, boys. Brother Rick. Oh, and he just rubs.
Timeout.
Thought I had lots on that. Did you guys split there? 9-5, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I thought I pointed. Oh, because we were out there
Do we
for a
nose
while.
it?
So.
No, and if he knows back, we should be able to nose back.
Well, Team Willsey has
go like
called a
that. Try
timeout,
to draw it in
and
and
so
then
we
ice
will
it.
listen in here. Coach Matt Wilkinson making his
So,
way
I
down
mean,
the
only
ice.
thing I'm worried about is we don't really know the speed here.
Like on this shot? Okay, yeah, no. Okay, I was like, I think we got to hit this.
Okay.
Then, I think you roll like to there.
Okay.
But then he's coming here.
Oh, then if he can make it through, we can make it through.
As long as we have the counter over here against these two, then it's just against
The tie. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Control. Yeah. Control it.
It's the last rock for Jason Cam over on sheet D. Playing a little quiet tap back on the Epping stone.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
John Willsey deciding to nose this stone.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Close. Yep, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Okay. That's my bad.
Well,
Sorry,
great
John.
shot by John
He
Willsey there. He's
jumped
in
pretty
great
hard right at the
position
end.
here.
Yeah.
He's now has
hit
shot
that.
rock.
Just biting super hard.
Now Steve
Yeah,
Allen
he
with the
just has to
decision to
draw.
either
It's like-
draw, the same draw he was attempting to throw the
So I
last
thought
time,
it was
or remove that rock from play and lay 3.
Yeah, you can't really roll to
Yeah,
a
no,
to
fair
a
enough,
really strong
Well,
spot, you know, like you can only be in the 12, 3 rocks in the 12 foot.
John Epping making the hit and stick for a single point to win that game 5-4.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Battle
that.
of the Cams will go to Matt.
Oh, no. Yeah,
I
just
would think
control.
that this is the right shot. If he can hit
I
and
think
roll
so.
buried,
Good with that?
force the young John Willsey to hit the 4-foot to win the game.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Okay.
Nosed it.
And he has
Now-
nosed it.
Will he be shot if he noses it back?
This is good.
Yes? Yeah.
I think so.
Wow.
It's pretty close, but I think he is in far enough that looks like they looked at it enough.
Yep.
A rock in the full 12 going to win the game.
Yeah. Final stone for John Willsey here in the 10th end of play. Looking for the nose hit. And he's off.
Oh, whoa, no. Clean. Clean. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Looking pretty
Holy
good
good, good,
here.
good, good.
The boys are just kind of dusting it. And there is a great shot by young John Willsey, and that will be a 6-4 victory
Thanks for the game.
here to conclude this
Thanks
6th men's draw of the Ontario Provincial Championships. That will move the Willsey team to 3-1 in the standings. Barb?
Nicely done. Nicely done. We won. Connor.
So we will be back to see you this afternoon at 4 p.m. for our upcoming ladies draw.
So picky. Jeez Louise.
And so on behalf of Curl On and our crew at Title Sports Live, we thank you for tuning in and come back and see us at 4 p.m.